When you're asked to kind of scout a former teammate, what is that like for you, especially since you played against him in practice?
We practice against him, and I mean, the biggest thing I just said a second ago is the thing about Carson is he still got the arm talent. He's still making throws down the field, making guys miss. He's again still slippery, when it comes to ducking blocks and making guys miss. So I think the biggest thing for us is just to focus on our game plan, not just focus on so much of Carson, because they got a really good elite group of skill guys. I think they're pretty good up front. So it's going to come down to basically who wanted the most. It's division opponent. Division games are always the toughest ones. We know them, they know us, so we're looking forward to it.
I know I saw in Jalen's post-game speech after Monday's win, everybody's obviously really excited about a really strong performance, but he said there's still something left on the table. There's still more that you guys feel like you're capable of. What is it that individually or across the defense you feel like you guys still have left on the table that you want to clean up?
I mean, it's just week 2, so it's not like it's week. Week 10 or 11, where we kind of know who we are. I think we still got to clean up a lot of things on defense. I think the tackling was better, on Monday, and guys where they was where they should have been when the play was called. So I think the biggest thing is, man, just to keep getting better, keep building that foundation brick by brick, and just continue to grow as a team.
How does it change the mindset when you have the reaction nationally that you guys have had to Monday's game? People talk about Jalen the way they are, people talking about Super Bowl this and, however many wins you can get that and all those types of expectations. How do you have to kind of adjust to coping with now being so targeted, I guess?
It's almost like giving you, some praise when we really don't deserve it, I mean, obviously, it's week 2, and it's still a long season ahead of us. Thank to God we've been healthy so far besides Darius, but it's still week 2. It's only week 2. We got to be focusing on what's got to happen on Sunday, because something was to happen on Sunday, then who knows? We could be 1-1, but now we're 2-0. We got a really good team, and guys been playing together and just growing together.
Fletch, I'm sorry if you've already asked this, but how does it help you to know Carson Wentz so well and what he likes to do, how he moves around the pocket, things like that?
I mean, I just said this a couple times ago. Carson's just one player. I mean, they got 10 other guys on the field.
He's the one you're chasing.
I mean, we got to chase all of them. I mean, they play really good team football over there. We got a group of really, really good skill guys, running backs. I think they're pretty good up front. But as you can turn the tape on, Carson, he's still got the arm talent. He still make guys miss. He still can scramble and hurt you with his feet. And the biggest thing is going to come down to who wanted more. Are we going to be a line assignment and doing our job on defense and making it about us and just not really about who we're playing.
When you turn on the tape, do you notice anything different about Carson from when he was here like 2 years ago?
There's times. I mean, everybody changes over time. I still think Carson's a really good player.
You played against former teammates before. Is something different now? Playing against someone like Carson, a big part of this franchise for a few years.
I mean, we loved Carson while he was here. I still talk to him. Actually, I talked to him yesterday. I mean, nothing changed. Carson is, again, a really good friend of mine, and we look forward to competing against him.
Yes and no. I mean, I can't think off the top, but I know that I've probably played some quarterbacks that's been here, but not like this situation. This situation is totally different with him. The way it ended, being here, and then, how things went. I just feel like, some guys just had his game circled if he ever play us again. So this is the first time I've seen him since he's been gone. So, we're going to do what we got to do.
You'll be reaching for that ball.
Huh?
You'll be reaching for that ball.
We all going to be reaching, trying to get it, because we know we don't win the game if we don't get the ball. So, yeah, got to make sure we good. Huh? No, tell her she can't come in here.
You've seen some strange things in your career, but where does that rank? Just the whole Carson arc and now getting a chance to play him.
You know what? It's I'm happy to be able to get to play him. Because it'll be something that we can talk about later on in our career after whoever win this game, however it go. But we see him twice. And that's a good thing. For us and him, because he got 2 opportunities to do his thing against us, and we got 2 to do our thing against him. So I'm just thinking that, we just going in trying to make sure we take care of us and what we got going on. But I know Carson, for sure is going to make sure he's prepared for us, and we got to make sure we prepared too.
How do you think the pass rush was Monday night against the Vikings? How do you think you guys did?
You know, for some of y'all, I don't think y'all look at the film, so it might not be, you know, clock, you know, but like we do. So it's like when that ball is coming out, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's all about production, and so I know y'all just looking at them stats sometimes, but you got to look at the time on how fast it's coming out. But other than that, man, you just got to keep coming. You can't worry about that. A win is a win, but we do want to generate more pressure because, of course, our group want to make sure we, you know, having sacks and trying to lead the league in sacks, because that should be the goal every year. But yeah, man, I just feel like we got to do our part and make sure when our players do come, we take care of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's no fault of the guys that they were just doing their job. So I had the practice squad parking pass, right? And Jake Elliott told me, just tell him you got elevated. And so I pulled up to the spot, and they said, you don't have the right parking pass. I said, I know, I just got elevated. I'm a returner. And they were like, can you verify that, you know? So they were in a tough situation because, you know, I still had the practice squad parking pass. So eventually they said, look, man, we can't let you park here. We got to make you park, you know. And so they directed me, and I've never parked at the stadium. So they pointed me over to the lot where the tailgaters were parked, and so I didn't know any different. And I went over there and parked with a bunch of tailgaters and had a good time. You know, I kind of felt like John Stockton walking in Barcelona. No one recognized me, which is great. I had one family that was kind of confused, and they were like, Covey's? What are you doing? So, you know, maybe make a tradition. It's kind of fun, though. It was fun walking through. You know, it's in college. A lot of times you walk through the fans. Kind of inspires you. Remember where you come from, you know, like seeing those 12-year-olds throwing the football around at the tailgates. Like, that was me. So, you know, maybe I'll do that every time. But I just want to make sure it doesn't reflect poorly on the guys because they were just doing their job.
Gotcha. What time did you get to the stadium?
I got there pretty early. So
it was already pretty crowded in that tailgate lot?
Yeah, it was pretty crowded. It was sweet to see all the fans out there. But I did park quite a ways away. I was probably a half mile away.
When a security guy says verify who you are, how do you even start to attempt to do that?
I said I could pull up my roster picture and things, and I said I could call, you know, Kathy, the lady. But eventually I was just like, I'll just park where my pass is, you know, because I didn't want to. I was like, how do I verify that I got activated to the active roster? I don't, you know.
Yeah, and you seem like a pretty humble guy from just the gist of this conversation. Is there that moment of almost like, I don't want to, do you know who I am, these security guards?
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't done much here yet, so I don't think I could pull that. You know, maybe we get a good punt return out there, I can pull that card, but not yet. You know, I got to keep that humility for a little while. And like I said, honestly, walking through the fans was fun for me, and it was inspiring. So,
do you have a plan in place to avoid this in the future if it happens again?
Like I said, I think I'm gonna make a tradition out of it.
Okay.
I think I like it, walking through the fans.
Did you
I'm
have
not
to
gonna
pay
tell
to
them. No, my pass worked for the
Okay.
for the parking for the lot. Yeah, so maybe I did actually have that pass, you know. But I don't think anyone will recognize me again. But it will inspire me to see the fans and say, "There's a lot of passionate people here, so I got to play well." So we'll see. Hopefully I can keep that going.
I saw you say after the game that you need to be better, more patient. What did you see when you look back at it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Punt return is interesting because you can't really simulate live reps during practice. You know, the first live reps you get are in a game. And I'm trying to make my learning curve be quickly, the jump to the NFL. And so obviously the most important thing is securing the ball. I think you've seen that around the league, how important that is. But I know where I need to be better. It's not good enough, it's not acceptable. And if anyone knows me, that bugs me, that itches. You know, I've been watching film of my returns over and over and knowing exactly what I need to do differently. And so I'm determined to be better. Part of it is when you've got a field return call, so a return call to the wide side of the field, you have to make that decision in a split second. Because if you go to the wide side of the field and it's not there, you look like an idiot, right? It looks like you have no vision, and it's better to kind of disregard the call and just get 5 or 10 yards up the field to the sideline. So it's little things like that where it's in college you can get away with it, but the speed and pursuit of the NFL is a whole different ballgame. So hopefully all it took was 1 or 2 times of realizing that and changing. I think that's what's difficult about the NFL is you're forced to really make your learning curve speed up. So that's the goal. But I'm not, I'm never ashamed to say, I should have been better because I feel like I should have been. So
The reps just kind of naturally take care of that, do you think?
I think the reps and a good mindset. You know what I mean? I think understand being coachable. I try to be as coachable as possible. I think Coach Clay does a great job, and so reps, but also, being willing to take coaching, and also it's just I'm not used to getting 1 or 2 yards on a return. It bugs me more than anybody else in the crowd, I promise you. So I'm excited to get back out there and, first and foremost catch it, and then start getting our returns going. And I think we can. I really believe we can. I mean, we've done some great things in practice, but live reps are different, and I think we're all kind of getting acclimated to that. So.
Thank you. Thanksgiving.
It
was Thanksgiving.
No.
It was our Thanksgiving game for us.
Was
I think
it? No, it was week 5.
It was fine. I know, but I picked the game winner though because I had the force on my end.
You should have gotten that week then. And then 2017 week 15. Remember that?
That's Chicago.
Yeah, that was 2 picks.
2 picks, Chicago.
Yeah, 2 picks.
Yeah.
And then 2018 week 14. Remember that?
2018, 14. Who that was?
Playing against Arizona.
Ooh, yeah, I had that pick 6 going crazy. yeah. I went crazy. I had like 3 PBUs too.
And then last year, week 7 against the Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah.
Sure. And this year. Yeah, I went kind of stupid. Crazy.
How cool was this honor? Is it old hat now?
Huh?
Is it old hat now after you've won?
Nah, it's always good.
Yeah.
Great, Hey, it's hard to be a defensive player of the week. Definitely in the North, there's a lot of great DBs over here. A lot of great ball being played. Dean could have won it the other day. He had 2 picks too. And, so a lot of guys could have won it, man. For me to win, it's always a pleasure, always a thankful. And, I appreciate that, man. But, I went out there and worked pretty hard for that.
Were you surprised that they kept Cousins was still targeting you?
I mean, I ain't gonna say surprised because that's his best guy, over there. He feel like, hey, my guy, he feel like his guy's better than me. So, if I was a quarterback, and I feel like my guy was better than you too, I'll throw it over there 50,000 times too.
It was the most PBUs you had in your career. Was there a specific reason for that?
Like I said, I'm on his guy. So, but I just executed, man. Play ball, just play physical. Just try to get the job done. I know he's a explosive guy, one of the best in the game. So my object was like, hey, Slade, you one of the best too. Eliminate all the explosive plays, make him earn every play, and that's what I did.
From a technique perspective, what dictates whether you'll go for the ball as opposed to just trying to make sure?
Honestly, I don't have the technique for going to the ball. If I see ball, I try to get ball. Yeah. So I want the ball. So because the rock gets you a lot of money.
How much help is it for you when you're on the best guy, knowing you've got Chauncey and James handling the rest of the business? Does it kind of take a little bit of load off your mind?
Yeah. I mean, because I just know, as a group, we feel like all of us can get our job done at a high level. So it don't matter if I was on them or whoever. JB did the same thing I've been doing, traveling. He's been a travel corner, been a Pro Bowl corner. So he could have did the same job as I could. So it's not no big deal. We all got a high expectation. We all expect us to play at a high level no matter what the name is brought to us. So we just go out there and execute.
We have time for 2 more questions. When you look at the Pro Football Focus said that James has allowed a quarterback rating of 7 and you've allowed a quarterback rating of 25. Did you guys expect to have this much success early on?
I mean, we expect us to be a great group, a duo, with our whole group, honestly. We expect to be a great group, honestly, because we put a lot of work in the training camp all season, get to know each other better, get to training with each other in all season. So that's what we want to be. And, we got to keep working, though, because, it could be one game, get down the creek, and everybody, oh, shit, they not who they think they, but now, so we going to continue to keep working and just keep building, I'm here to help JB get better, JB help me get better, so that's all the goal is, to get better at the end of the day.
What was the biggest difference in terms of execution from week 1 to 2?
But say again?
What was the biggest difference in execution from week 1 to 2?
As a group, as a collective, we were just playing more together, and we made a lot more tackles. We still had missed tackles, but we made a lot more tackles. And we was a little rusty, as you could say, because we played that much in the preseason. But other than that, we had to go practicing on tackling a lot better, and it improved this week. But we still got a lot of improvement to do in the area.